Live from the Broadcast Center in Los Angeles, this is KCAL 9 News at 8.
Kept swinging. Wasn't always perfect, but guys made enough plays, and then I think really the overtime period personifies what this team's really all about.
We had to overcome adversity. We've been in this position before. When we played on the first time, we was down 21-0, and we came back, and we knew we could do it again.
It's amazing. It feels amazing.
And Super Bowl bound, the LA Rams stop a Saints march to another Super Bowl.
We have team coverage of a controversial call and fired up fans here in LA and New Orleans.
Yeah, a very exciting day. Good evening, everyone. I'm Chris Holmstrom.
And I'm Sarah Donchie. What a game. It was Super Bowl or bust for the LA Rams. An amazing come-from-behind victory in overtime to seal the deal and head to Atlanta for the big game. The Rams are coming home as NFC champions. That's right. Next, they face the New England Patriots and Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. We have team coverage for you tonight, starting with KCAL 9's Kevin Cuenca with all of the big plays. Lots to talk about, Kevin.
Oh, this was an exciting, what a day. My mom was texting me the whole game. Like, touchdown Rams, oh my God. It was a lot of fun for these Rams. The matchup for Super Bowl 53 is all set, but before the Rams could get there, they had to beat the Saints in the NFC Championship game at New Orleans, and the Superdome was incredibly loud. The Rams rallied from down 13 to send it to overtime. The Saints got it first in OT, but Dante Fowler Jr. unloads on Drew Brees. John Johnson III makes the interception, so the Rams take over. Greg Zuerlein sets up for a game-winning field goal from 57 yards out, and it's perfect. The Rams stunned the Saints, winning 26-23 and punching their ticket to Super Bowl 53.
We knew it was going to be a great challenge, but the guys stayed the course. It took more than 60 minutes of football than what we thought, but they got it done, and I think that just kind of personifies, like we've said, mental toughness, but then also the belief and the expectation that, we expect to go win football games because of the players we have in that locker room.
The Rams will face the Patriots in Super Bowl 53 on CBS 2. We'll have more throughout the night. But for now, Sarah and Chris, back to you.
All right, Kevin, we'll see you in a little bit. And as you can imagine, the Rams fans, they are going wild over this win. KCAL 9's Lori Perez, she watched the game at the headquarters of the World Tour Rams Booster Club. She was there as the place erupted.
This was the moment so many LA dreams came true as prayers, and we saw a lot of them, were answered.
Oh my God, I'm so proud of my team.
And cheers turned to tears.
After years of frustration, losing seasons, just going through everything, I don't know how to put it. It just feels amazing.
At Big Wang's in North Hollywood, headquarters for the World Tour Rams boosters, diehards showed up hours before kickoff.
We got here as soon as they opened because we weren't going to miss this.
And we're going nowhere fast post-game.
Oh my God, I'm so excited. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Play after play, they agonized.
I'm a little nervous. I'm not going to lie, a little nervous.
And analyzed. And Rams Hall of Famer Jackie Slater was right there with them.
I'm happy that the old Ram fans has a good product to watch. And I'm even more excited about the young Ram fans who don't remember when they were in LA, seeing this brand of football, and it's right in their backyards to enjoy.
If there's a Hall of Fame for fans, Ken Dunham should be first ballot. He got inked before the season with a bold and permanent prediction. We caught up with him on FaceTime before the game.
Zero regrets. I'll wear it as a badge of honor regardless. I've been a fan since '76, and I'll always be a fan, so no regrets.
And if you think it's crazy in here right now, just wait until February 3rd. In North Hollywood, I'm Lori Perez, KCAL 9 News.
Rams fans who witnessed the win in New Orleans are also very fired up, and some of them even got emotional after their team scored a trip to the Super Bowl. KCAL 9's Leslie Marin is in the Big Easy with all of the fanfare.
The Rams are headed to the Super Bowl. We're in the French Quarter tonight, where Rams fans will get one last chance to celebrate the big win in the Big Easy. It's a monumental moment for fans who were there as the Rams scored the winning field goal to push past the Saints. Some fans were literally moved to tears as they broke out in celebration. But it was a tough game. The LA Rams not only had to battle Drew Brees and the rest of the Saints team, but also a loud, devoted Saints crowd, more than 70,000 people in the Superdome. But it didn't stop them from taking the title of NFC champions, and now the Rams are headed to the Super Bowl.
The Rams are going to the Super Bowl! Woo!
We are going to Atlanta!
Like, they didn't just beat the Saints, they beat 70,000 amazing New Orleans fans.
Let's go, we're going to the Super Bowl!
This is a tough loss for the city of New Orleans, but any LA Rams fan can tell you that the city has been anything but friendly, and that tonight they will celebrate here in the French Quarter one last time before we head to Atlanta. That's the latest from New Orleans. Leslie Madine, KCAL 9 News.
And this is what the Rams are playing for, a Super Bowl title. Doesn't that sound good, Chris?
Oh, so cool.
2 weeks from today, they face off against the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta, and you can watch it all on our sister station, CBS 2.
And go Rams. All right, so here's a live look at the Santa Monica Pier where the Ferris wheel is decked out in Rams color. You can see it at the bottom of your screen, and today, just another gorgeous day out there. But how long will the sunny stretch last? Let's go to meteorologist Amber Lee in the Weather Center. Talk about a beautiful day, beautiful night too.
Hi, Chris. Well, as you may have noticed, just before the sun went down, we saw a lot more of the high clouds rolling in. So we're actually looking at more cloud cover increasing as we speak, and that's because we're tracking a system to the north of us. But this afternoon, it was another nice one. Temperatures once again above average. Yesterday, we topped out in the upper 70s. We went down just by a few degrees for downtown LA, coming in at 74. Normally, we should be at about 68 degrees. Here's a look at what it feels like outside. You can see temperatures currently in the 50s and 60s, and then up in the mountains, we do have temperatures in the upper 30s. So high clouds continue to stream overhead. We actually have that solar eclipse, lunar eclipse that is, and then also the supermoon taking place tonight. But because of the cloud cover, we may not be able to see too much of it, so just know that. Otherwise, we are waiting for this next system to the north of us. You can already see it's starting to bring some very light scattered showers to the central coast. Hasn't really made its way over to us, but there is a chance that we could see some of this moisture. More on that coming up. Back to you.
All right, Amber, thank you. Now to the LA teachers strike. Both sides talked again, but still no deal tonight. KCAL 9's Jeff Nguyen is live in downtown LA with some mixed reaction to the lingering walkout. Jeff?
Well, guys, labor talks resumed here at City Hall this morning, but all weekend long, the parties involved have stayed mum, so we have no idea if they are closer at all to a deal. Having said that, what we do know is that a number of marches and demonstrations are already scheduled for Tuesday. With negotiations in their fourth day to end the LA teachers strike, it's not just the teachers union and the school district that have been far apart. Parents have had varying views on the impasse. Karen DeBrow has been siding with the teachers by joining them on the picket lines because she says she was an LAUSD student during the last strike in 1989.
And it just made an impression in my mind, and I will never let my children cross the line.
But Kevork Barbarian says even though he sympathizes with the teachers' demands for smaller classes, pay increases, and more support staff like nurses, he feels it's the kids who are suffering during this walkout.
I don't want the teachers to strike because my kids, it's not in the school. They're not doing nothing. They're like sitting in the class, not even in the class, in the auditorium with the. He's in the first grade with the what they call the kindergarten. They're watching movie. They doing drawing and painting. They're not doing any learning activities. So that's, of course, I'm gonna be upset.
The talks that have been going on since Thursday have been done in secrecy. But the teachers union has been fighting against the expansion of charter schools, and they've wanted to protect benefits like lifelong health care for future hires. The superintendent has acknowledged schools are underfunded, but he says the district cannot afford to meet all of the teachers' demands.
Oh, yeah.
In the meantime, parents on all sides would like to see an end to the strike. Until then, Karen DeBrow is offering relief to families that don't want to cross the picket line.
This week, I know I will be having some of my friends' kids hanging out with us on Tuesday and going forward.
And the strike that began on Monday led to the vast majority of LAUSD students staying home from school. In fact, last week, the district lost more than $120 million in state funding because of it. Live in downtown LA, Jeff Nguyen, KCAL 9 News.
All right, Jeff, thank you. And count on KCAL 9 and KCAL9.com for continuing coverage of the strike showdown as it enters a second week. We will have the latest developments in all of our newscasts and get you updates anytime on KCAL9.com.
You've probably seen this viral video of a controversial confrontation between high schoolers and a Native American elder. Well, tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from the teenager at the center of this video. What he has to say ahead.
They're just really kind humans who saw each other, saw something in each other, and wanted to help.
And this NCIS star steps in to help LAPD get a homeless vet back home. The chance encounter that made it all possible.
And if you somehow missed it, the Rams, they are Super Bowl bound. Our coverage continues ahead on KCAL 9 News at 8.
They're sponsored by Jerome's Furniture.
No kidding.